Hi. Hiya babes. Welcome back to Sadie Solves It. Where we just sit in my bedroom and me, unqualified, tries to solve your issues. Don't know who asked for it. No one asked for this advice, but I love to give it. And maybe in the future I will become a therapist or something. I don't know. I like it a bit too much to not pursue this part of my life. But today is a really spicy one. We have already done a sex chat and you really liked it. So this is going to be the 2.0 sex chat. Again, I'm just going to reiterate. If you're part of my family, then get off this video because it's weird, right? It's just fucking weird. I don't want to see you at the family function at the barbecue and you're like, oh Sadie, you were talking about dildos on your channel. Yeah, I don't want that. So let's just avoid the awkwardness and I'll see you in a few months. I put a little question box already on my Instagram. You know the drill. I'm really hoping, well, we did get a few different questions this time, but I'm hoping it's different to the last one. I like to think of myself as like your big sister. You know, I'm 25 now, so I'm allowed to call myself a big sister, not a little one. Your big sister, or like your friend, or I don't know, maybe you're just here for the banter. Maybe you just want to have a little glass of wine and talk about sex. It is my favourite topic. Do you know why? Because I feel like as a woman we're kind of told to not talk about it and be prudish about it. So whenever like my friends bring it up, I'm like, I have been waiting for a hot minute to talk about sexy time. So yeah, if you like these kind of videos, and then please give me a thumbs up, and it would be great if you could subscribe because I'm trying to get to 30k subscribers by May. Can we do it? Come on, we can do it if we all pull together. Wow, so the first topic I'm going to discuss, and one that actually came up quite a few times. We didn't have this last time. A few girls are saying that they've actually never had an orgasm, and now because they get so in their head about it, they don't know, they're just worried and probably freaking out about it. But clearly you guys are very normal. It's normal to not have had an orgasm. The girl says she's never had an orgasm and she feels so ashamed and embarrassed of it. She's tried toys. She's 28. I don't even feel like a woman because of it. It really gets me down. Oh my god, that actually breaks my heart. Like, the thing is, your body is just normal whether you can have an orgasm or not. Sometimes these things just happen. I know it sounds really embarrassing, but have you tried maybe going to like a doctor about it? Because there could be like an anatomical, is that the word? Like there could be an actual physical reason why you can't. I think it's really good that you've been trying to try new things like toys. You do have to just try new things, but maybe some people just can't. I don't know like the scientific facts about whether some people can or can't, but I think you need to stop focusing on trying to and just focus on maybe like enjoying sex and enjoying the actual pleasure you get from things rather than focusing on the like end goal of an orgasm. I don't know, that must be really hard. I do think go get advice from a GP as well, because it could be another reason. But please don't feel like you're not normal or ashamed and embarrassed, because if just my small question box have said that 3 people have never had an orgasm. Also, have you watched The Bold Type? Because one of the main characters, obviously I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but one of the main characters on there has never had an orgasm. But I totally get that feeling like when everyone's talking about it all the time and you're like, I literally don't know. I know some people have different intensities of them too. Like some people, you kind of feel like you have, like I have one sometimes and I'm like, did I or didn't I? I don't know. Like there's different intensities. So maybe you are, but you don't know. Oh my gosh, I just Googled it and apparently like about 1/3 never or rarely orgasm. So it's obviously really normal. Like, oh my god, I literally didn't realise that at all. But apparently it can be, I love how I've Googled this and I'm now relaying this info. Apparently it can be loads of different reasons. It could be like a medical issue, it could be like a mental issue, it could be that you're not confident enough in yourself or you haven't found what you like. I mean, I'm sure you've researched this all yourself, but yeah, definitely check with your doctor. But please don't feel ashamed or like you're not normal when clearly it's just a thing loads of people have, but it's not talked about, which is really sad. Right, so this one is, I feel awkward going into places like Ann Summers or like sex shops with my boyfriend. I mean, I would feel the same. I don't know, who are these confident people that can just walk into a shop and be like, I'm gonna go buy that like strap on or something. Like, how? I don't know, like I still feel like a little kid. Like, do you remember going into those shops when you're like 15 and pissing yourself in the back? Yeah, that is so normal. Do you know what? I don't even know why you'd go in these days when you could just order everything and it always has really discreet packaging. I don't know, just order it online. save yourself the embarrassment. But also you have to remember these people that work in the shops, like that's their job. They're not going to be embarrassed, so you shouldn't either. Someone also asked me what is the best toys for beginners, and they said like female pleasure should be normalized, and I completely agree. I don't know why I've got so confident talking about this stuff on my channel. Like genuinely a year ago I hadn't even used a toy before. Like I was the biggest prude. All my friends were like, I literally don't understand what is wrong with you, why you haven't. I don't know, it just, the thought of it makes me feel like embarrassed and icky, which is so stupid. And it's just because of like social conditioning. For years that we're told that female pleasure is like a dirty word and is something wrong or something to be ashamed of, when really it is not at all. And another one said, what is your favorite toy? So I guess we're talking about toys for the next section, and as you can probably tell by the title, this video is sponsored by Vush, and I got this new toy. And if you think I'm gloaming, Huns, it's not because of a highlighter, let me just tell you that. So I just want to talk about how the packaging is actually the cutest thing, and I think this pink I'm like drawn to, if you can't already tell from the state of my pink room. And yeah, I'm not going to show you my address, but you can see the box, like you literally wouldn't know, like you could just be ordering makeup or something. So we love discreet packaging. I know a lot of you are like, oh, I want to order it but don't want my parents to know. So yeah, your parents will not know what is in here. Oh look, it says that your self-love journey starts now, and that is literally my mantra. Like knowing what you like in bed and doing it for yourself. Like we've been literally in a pandemic, not being able to sleep with people. Like that is self-love, that is self-care. This is what the box looks like. I actually can't, I'm literally doing an unboxing for a sex toy on my channel, and that is growth. I love it. So this one is called the Majesty 2, and it looks like this. What a cute color. And I think pastel, I'm like, I don't know, I'm so sold on the color of them, like easy. Look at this, it says you're the queen. So do you know this one, Cardi B actually used it in her recent video for Up, and I'm like, hun, if my girl Cardi can use it, then I'm sure it'll be good enough for me, you know? Just as a brand in general, like I love their values. They're trying to break the stigma around female pleasure. So I was like, yeah, I want to be a part of this, and I want to try a new sex toy. And yeah, I've been loving life. I talk a lot about the divine feminine and tapping into feminine energy and orgasm, and working on your sexual pleasure does really tap into that like feminine divine energy, and I just truly believe it does make you feel a lot more confident in yourself, like taking control, knowing what you want. So this is how it looks. It's like, don't be alarmed as well, it's not a dildo, it's a vibrator. It's like a wand vibrator, so it's really easy to hold and use. It's meant for like couples or on your own, so if you do have a partner, you could maybe get it to like spice things up, have a bit of fun. It has 5 different like intensity levels and then 10 different patterns, so there's so many you can use to try and find which one you want. Like I know personally I like ones that are like rather than like fast, but you know, fast might work for you. It's good to have options. You never know, one day you might be feeling a bit different. It just kind of like grooves to your body really well, and then you can use it like in loads of different positions. Sorry if I'm like being awkward when I talk about it. Like I'm actually not awkward, but it's just like, I don't know, it makes me blush. One thing I will say about this, like the first time I used it, I was like, oh my god, it is very powerful, which is, it's good. It's exciting. It's also waterproof, so if you do want to have like a little shower or bath session, you can. And it has a USB charger, which I think is so much better than batteries, because I'm sorry, who remembers to buy batteries, and if it runs out like I'm telling you now, if it runs out mid-session, that is just heartbreaking. Like that is actually a tragedy. So at least you can just leave it on charge overnight or whatever. And it even comes with a little thing to store it in, this little satin thing, and it says you're the queen. So it looks really cute, and you could just put that in your drawer, or you can even have that out. Like no one's gonna know what that is. Look, I could literally have it up there, you guys won't know. Well, you will now, but just for future reference. Also feels really, really nice and soft. It actually has medical grade silicone. It's actually like quite quiet. Like you can probably barely hear that, but it's really going for it. Which I think is good, especially if you live in like a shared flat, or if your parents are there, you obviously don't want it to be really loud. Like your parents are eating dinner or like in the living room and they can hear it going off. So yeah, it's really nice and discreet, which is great. I do have a discount code to share with you. Very easy to remember. It is literally just Sadie, and that gets you 25% off all toys. I'm sorry, that's actually quite a big chunk. So if you do feel like treating yourself, spicing it up, I got you. I got you. That answers the question of what is my favorite one, especially this one as I just got it. It's been getting a lot of use, and it is also a very good one for beginners. I know it looks kind of like aggressive, but it's not, because you literally just hold it and it's only this bit that you like put. It's like a clitoral one, like you don't put it up anywhere. So I think that's a good one for beginners, because I think like dildos and stuff can be a bit scary and also not really what you want, because most girls like orgasm through your like clitoral. I literally can't talk about sex. I'm getting really embarrassed. You know what I'm all trying to say. And yeah, this one is designed to do with couples. Someone said to me how to bring that up, and I don't know, I reckon maybe don't just bring it up. Maybe like when you're just getting down and dirty, you're like kissing, whatever, you're about to do stuff, I reckon just pull it out. Go for it. Be confident. Just be like, oh my god, like I've really wanted to try this. Like it'll be really fun. Like use this on me. And what's he gonna be like? No, I highly doubt it. I feel like you have to go in confident rather than being like, oh, I want to do this. I mean, most boys I think will be absolutely down, like it'll be really fun. Another one that I had so many of is how to tell your partner or the boy you're sleeping with or whatever, like a lot of people said friends with benefits, how to tell them that they're bad at sex or you don't enjoy what they're doing. And I don't know why this is making me laugh so much, but one piece of advice would never say that what they're doing is bad, because that is just, even if you heard that, it wouldn't be nice. Like, but boys' egos are so fragile and can be bruised so easily. It's a joke. So I would say that the best way to go about it is to say what you do want rather than what you don't want. So like, if you're doing it and it's crap, you have to like make it a thing, like guide their hand or like move their head or whatever, or be like, oh my god, like can you do it like this instead? I know it's awkward and embarrassing, especially if you're not like a dominant person, to say that, but I feel like it makes you feel empowered and they'll enjoy it too, rather than being like, oh, I don't like that, because that automatically makes people shut down. And also another thing is like, I think a lot of girls like fake moan during sex even when it's not good, so stop doing that. And then when they do something you like, be very vocal, so then like hopefully they work that out in their head what you do like. I don't know, I think communication is fucking key, but yeah, make it more of a fun game rather than being like, I hate this, you know? Someone has asked how to deal with thrush when it keeps coming back, afraid it will cause problems in my sex life. That is so annoying, but again, it's so normal. So many girls go through this. The best tip I can give you is just to have like insane vaginal like health and hygiene, and be very careful with what products you use on your vagina, because you probably just have one that's susceptible to getting that. Like it's like people who always get colds, or someone who always gets like eczema. Like it is, some people are just more prone to getting it, unfortunately. I did see that you can get a lot of vitamins that help with it, that you can take daily. If I find them, I don't know the exact name of it, but I'll put a link in there. Also, the kind of underwear you wear, the kind of clothes you wear can really trigger it. So make sure you're wearing really like nice cotton underwear. Do not, I'm telling you now, do not wear underwear to bed. I don't know why who told people that that was okay. When you go to sleep, you need to let it breathe, especially if, yeah, you're prone to it. So at night, don't wear underwear, let it breathe. Make sure you're wearing really nice, fresh, like cotton ones. If your jeans are literally like on your vagina, maybe don't wear them like bodysuits that are too tight. Be just really conscious of the clothes that you're wearing, because I think that can really trigger it. Also, just in general, making sure you wee every time after you have sex, because some people actually don't know this. I didn't realize 100% you have to, like not the minute after, but like a lot of vaginas, like it's all there, like that's why you can get urine infections really easily, because like your little pee hole is right near that. Like it's just, we're very prone to it. So make sure you wee in after sex. You will thank me later. Just don't do it to yourself. Hope that helps. You just have to try and look after it. and know things that work for you every time you feel it coming back. But yeah, it is literally the worst and it's so uncomfortable. Have you spoke to your doctor about it if you feel like it keeps coming back? Maybe there's like a more long-term solution. I really don't know all the answers to this. That's just advice I can give. I'm not like a doctor or anything, but yeah, I really feel for you because it is very uncomfortable. This one comes up every time about libido and having a different one to your partner. A lot of people in long-term relationships, I've been with my boyfriend 3 years, I love him, but we barely have sex anymore. I'm scared the spark is lost. Again, a lot of people lose hope when they've been with someone for a long time because they feel like that beginning passion and lust is gone. It is something you have to fucking work for. Like you're not gonna feel that spark you're not going to feel that spark for years. You should still fancy them though, and I think if you feel like you've tried everything and it's not there, sometimes it is lost. I'm not really good to talk about this because I'm someone who is quite a sexual person, so when I lose that, it really affects me and the relationship. But I think having open communication without being angry at them, like don't be like, oh, we never have sex anymore. You need to just say how it's making you feel and like express that you would like to do it more, and maybe it just isn't fulfilling, like your sex life isn't fulfilling, you're not excited to have sex with that person anymore. So because it becomes like mundane and like you know exactly the things they do, the things they like, you need to just change up the routine, get nice new underwear, fucking try a sex toy. Like it is something you have to work for. It doesn't just, it's not there forever. You've been having sex with the same person for 3 years, like give yourself a break. I've always had the issue where like they've stopped wanting it as much as me, and honestly it really fucks with your head as well, because sex is, although people say it's not the be all and end all, it's not, but it is the part of the relationship that makes you like intimate, and it makes it like a love relationship. Otherwise you're just two friends hanging out watching films, you know what I mean? That, I think being affectionate and sexual is what makes it a proper relationship. So to me it's very important. And then people are just like, I can't be bothered to have sex, like I don't enjoy it. And I've had friends talk to me about this as well, like you're just not that sexual of a person. Do you know what? Please have a look at what pill you're on and what medication you're currently taking, because I really think that fucks with you a lot. Like certain pills apparently make girls have no sex drive at all, and maybe switch to a different one or come off it for a while. I'm such a big advocate of having a break from contraception because it makes girls absolutely crazy. And also it might just be, again, that you have find what you like on your own. Like, are you doing bits on your own every week? Like, I don't know, like at least once a week you should be doing something. Like you should be having at least one sexy time, because you're obviously not enjoying it, you know? Like if you at least enjoy it on your own, it makes you more open to wanting to do it with other people, because you're like, I'm actually gonna have fun with it. It's like, I've had friends that are like, I literally do not enjoy sex with boys at all because it's not fun, you don't orgasm, whatever. But you need to work it out in yourself to know how to like guide them and then enjoy it. Like sex should be for two people and it can be amazing. We just need to give them a little bit of help, you know? Yeah, another one is I can only finish by myself and not with my partner. This is so fucking normal. And also I find as well, like it's really hard to orgasm just from actual sex. Like most girls don't, and I don't know why boys don't know that. Like I don't know, it's because we inflate their ego and pretend like people fake orgasms or whatever because they want it to just end quicker. But no, this needs to change. We need to stop this. I think it's like what you obviously like on your own, you need to communicate that with your partner and like get out of your head about it. Because I think with girls it's a very mental thing to be able to orgasm, like to actually slow your brain down and enjoy it and not put so much pressure, like to not be like, oh my god, I need to. But you need to communicate and do the work too. Like boys are not mind readers. And then a lot of people are like scared to like have sex again because of the pandemic. Like they haven't really seen a boy or they've come out of relationships with long term. It is scary, like I'm not gonna lie. Like even for me, going out of like long-term relationships and having sex with someone like random for the first time, I'm like, whoa, like it was weird. Like I suddenly felt really insecure in my body because you're with this person that knows you very well, knows your body, knows what you like, and you get very comfortable. And then when you go with someone new, you're like, whoa, they're doing all these different things. But do you know what? You actually realize all these other fun, exciting things that people can do, and it's kind of like a breath of fresh air. So think of it more excited than nervous, you know? Like it's, I don't know, life and people are there to be enjoyed. So I'm going to talk a bit about body confidence now too, because it kind of plays into it. And when I tell you the amount of things I get on here that literally break my heart. Like all of you saying you hate your belly so much you literally will never get on top, or you're having sex and maybe you see yourself in a mirror or something and you literally feel physically sick. Like that is so horrible, and like you just feel like your partner doesn't fancy you, whatever. I'm telling you now, men are very simple creatures. If you're having sex with him, he is probably like, this is the best thing, this is the best day of my life, like she's so gorgeous. Like they are not thinking of that at all. Like I've spoke to a few boys, I'm like, do you look at things like girls' bellies during sex, whatever, and they're like, no. Like they're just enjoying, like obviously looking at your body because they are very visual, so they're looking at it because they like it, so don't worry about that. I mean, tips for being more confident in bed, like I would say having like a good routine before, as in make it a thing, like whatever you want to do. I'm not saying you need to shave, but whatever you do to feel good, do that before sex. Like someone did ask me like what is a good prep routine. This cream, this stuff is so good. It's called Brazilian Bum Bum Cream. Mate, it literally smells like, I want to smell like this for the rest of my life. So yeah, I have like a little routine, like do self-care. I always like to make sure my body is moisturized as hell, because then like your skin is really soft. Wear like your favorite perfume, do your makeup nice, wear sexy underwear. You know, I always wear the sets from like Pour Moi, like things that make you feel good in yourself first. Naturally you're gonna go into it being more confident, like feel good on the outside, and then it kind of helps the inside a little bit, you know. Other things, I personally prefer to have like a lamp on, but some people do like having sex more in the dark. Maybe that will make you lose like your inhibitions, like because you're like, they can't really see, so maybe that will help. Also, I mean, I'm not promoting like drinking fucking loads before you have sex, but having like 2 glasses of wine, being a bit tipsy, I feel like that does the most. Like when I've had 2 glasses of wine, oh my god, during sex I'm like so confident. I'm like, yeah, let me get on top. If I haven't, I'm like, I'm shy. I don't know, I feel like it just, you could be the most confident person, but it just hits you sometimes. Like, it is hard getting on top because you are just so there. But remember that sex is for you. It's not, you're not putting on a performance for a guy. We're not just here to look nice for guys. Like, we're not porn stars, we're real humans. Look at him, be like, okay, he looks hot, like I'm enjoying this, rather than worrying so much about how you look. Like, you really have to train your brain to not think like that and enjoy the moment, because it is sad. Like, it's meant to be a fun experience. It's not meant to be a stressful thing that you're insecure about. But yeah, I really do feel you, because as confident as I come across, like even recently I was like, do I look okay? Like I was like, I want to get off, I don't like it. I'm actually creasing. Someone's just like, I literally hate giving blowjobs. I'm like, so much effort. I agree. It is long, man. Like, I think some people like it because some people are more like givers. I am not. I am, what is it, a taker? Yeah, I'm just like, I can't be bothered. But we can't, we have to be, what's it called? We have to give equal in bed. Like, we can't be selfish lovers. Do not be a selfish lover. I honestly say my tip is like, I have this thing, the minute someone tells me to do something, I hate doing it. Like, I will not do it, right? So I just get in there first before they have the chance to tell me to do it, because I think if you go in first like confident, it's like the element of surprise. 1, you're getting it out the way quick. 2, they're gonna be like, damn, this is so fun, this is so exciting. And I think them being excited about it and like grateful and enjoying it, it makes it sexier, because you're like, oh, this is fun because they like it so much. I hope that's making sense. I do find that if I fancy someone more, I enjoy doing it more, because I'm like, I want to make you feel good. Also, you don't need to be doing it for like hours. Like, I'm sorry, 10 minutes max. 10 minutes max. Just think of it like that. Even not even that, like 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes of your life. They're having a good time, and then it just gets, it makes the whole sex better. Okay, so also they need to be reciprocating. I am not about these people that don't want to give back on oral. So yeah, make it more fun for yourself and just get in there quickly. Also, if you really fucking hate it, like there are ways you can make it more fun. Maybe like, I don't know, get some squirty cream, like chocolate sauce. It's messy, but it'll make it more exciting probably. Or like flavored lube, I don't know. Get in there, girl. I want to see, well, I don't want to see, I want you to do it next time. Go for it, okay? Okay, this one is a bit more of a serious one now. I think it's really important to discuss, but I just want to put a little trigger warning right now that we're going to be discussing sexual assault. This one says, intimacy with your partner after experiencing sexual assault. We've never really talked about it. I first just want to say I am so sorry that you've had to go through what you've been through, and you didn't deserve that at all, and I really wish you the best and hope that you can heal. I really believe you can heal, so there will be a light at the end of the tunnel. But yeah, I am so fucking sorry that that happened to you. I know it's really hard, but the intimacy will only be improved when you communicate and actually talk about it. And I know that's probably the last thing you want to do and the most difficult thing, but I think anything that's given us trauma, people don't understand how freeing and healing and important it is to actually talk about it. And it's hard because you will relive it and it will be fucking difficult, like I'm not gonna lie, but that is the only way. And I really think doing that with your partner will strengthen the bond. It's not going to be nice for them to hear that either. So I think that's why it's difficult for you, because not only are you having to like talk about something that was so horrific, but they have to hear about someone they love being that happening to them, which is not nice for anyone either. But I feel like if they are a good supportive partner, they'll listen, and I think it will bring you guys closer together and in turn make your sex life a lot better, because I think when you discuss these things with someone, it brings you closer. And I think feeling respected and heard and seen and appreciated by someone who understands you 100%, your sex will be so much better and you'll be able to be intimate with them. But it's hard, and I completely get why sex as well might be triggering for you, because it's like that's how you experienced the assault, and then you have to then go and do that with someone you love, and the two things don't correlate. So it is really awful, but I think you've got this. Just one day sit down, and even if I know a lot of people say they do this, they go like you're trying to talk to someone even about with your friends, and they're like, oh no, so you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, like don't worry, like we don't have to talk about this. And it's like, no, you need to be like, no, I want to, and I need to get over it, okay? But yeah, I wish you all the luck and I hope it goes well. This one again always comes up: how to have friends with benefits without catching feels. I don't believe it's possible, but I have people who say differently. I think if you're not an emotional person, then go for it. I mean, people have needs. Sometimes you just want sex and you don't want a relationship, and it's nice to have a person you kind of respect and you're doing bits with. I get the appeal, like I've been in a situation before, but someone will always catch feelings, and usually it's me, and you get hurt. And I think women are a lot more emotional than men, and we feel emotions a lot stronger than men. That's like actually scientific fact before anyone comes to me. And when you have sex, I said it once, I say it again, the attachment hormone is released and you will be attached to that person. I think the only way to get around it is you need to be so focused on other shit. Like you need to be career driven, like focus on your friends, always busy, like, and then that's just a little tiny part of your life, just a bit of sex, because the minute you put them like they become a part of your life, that's when it'll be hard, because you will want a relationship. You need to also be like chatting to other people, not sleeping with other people, but you need to be going on dates, doing other things, so they're not like the center of your life. I don't know, the fact that you're asking me makes me think that you are an emotional person, but I personally don't believe it's possible. So I would probably just save yourself the heartbreak and just do it for yourself is the only advice I can give. These two are fairly cinema, fucking hell, am I alright? Similar. How would you go about feeling safe enough to go to someone's home to have sex? Like this is very important, because it's dangerous. Like it is dangerous. Like dating, I think, can be so scary. Like meeting up with someone and like you just have to trust that this person's okay, like it is, and you're meeting them from the internet mostly, because that is how most of us meet people. And then the other one is they have anxiety with sex because they've had so many bad experiences and hate the awkward like moment of having to say no or saying stop. So this is what we're going to discuss with the homes. Please just go on dates with people before you go to their house. Like let's go on dates. Like things are open now, there's no excuse to not be going out for at least a coffee or a drink or something. Also, it is a fucking huge red flag if someone just wants you to go straight to theirs, you know? It's like they just want sex. You want someone that respects you a little bit more, and if they're being so pushy for you to like go to theirs, I think that's just a bit, that would make me nervous. Like don't allow someone to pressure you or make you feel like you need to go to theirs. You don't. Meet up in a public place first, get a vibe about them, see them maybe a few times, whatever, and you'll know if you feel comfortable. Like people do mostly give off a certain vibe. Like well, I don't know, because there are some serial killers that were charming, like look at Ted Bundy. I don't know, just please be fucking safe. Give your friends your location, like text your friends what's going on, like have someone that knows what's happening. But I think get a good gut feeling from this person before you go to their house. And then the anxiety with sex, I'm so sorry that you've had bad experiences. I think it's just a woman thing, like we're not taught from a young age how to express our boundaries and how to say no. Like I feel like it's weird, like even as kids, this goes for boys too, oh go and give uncle whatever a hug. It's like, what if that kid doesn't want to give a hug? Like you're not taught from a young age that your body is your own. So of course we have issues saying no and expressing our boundaries. And you know what, it is fucking scary, because listen to everything you hear about in the news, and if you look at all the like rape statistics and stuff, it is scary to say no, because when you say no to a boy, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if it's going to turn violent. You don't know. So that's completely normal to have that feeling. I guess the main thing is, like, I know it can happen to anyone, but try and build a level of respect and trust with someone before you have sex. Like, you're probably not someone that can have casual sex because it is scary, but just know you are allowed to say no or stop at any time. Like, that is fine, and they should respect that. But yeah, I completely get it. Please, if you feel uncomfortable with doing something, it's fine to just be like, oh, can we like stop for a minute, or like, can we just cuddle, or I just feel like kissing, whatever. That is fine. And I know that's scary, but please do it. Please, I don't know, don't do anything you don't want to do. Someone said that in a long-term happy relationships, but they really want to have sex with a girl and they really want to explore their sexuality. I think this is really common, and it's a really hard one, because it's like you don't want to disrespect the person you're with, but at the same time, how sad is it if you've gone through life and you've never experienced everything you wanted to? Like, we should be able to do all of our fantasies, but you don't want to do that at the expense of someone else. They've said that a threesome is a no-go. I think if you feel this so strongly, you need to weigh up your options, as in, like, is the fantasy so strong and the desire so strong that it's worth taking a break from your relationship and really openly talking about it? If it's not, and it's just like a little thing that you're like, oh, I would like to do that, then I don't know, maybe it's not worth like ruining a happy relationship over, because you don't know how this person will react. Like, do you think if you said to him, look, I love you, I want to be with you, but I just need to try this for myself, would he be okay with it? Not a lot of people would, so that's fine, but it could be an option. But you have to understand that if you bring that subject up, it could ruin everything. But also, part of me is like, you should be allowed to explore what you want. Also, you just got to think you might not be in this relationship forever. I don't know, it's really hard. I think weigh up your options, but maybe be open about it and say, or you could just say, like, this is a fantasy I've had for ages, I really want to see. Because the thing is, you could do it, you could go with a girl and absolutely hate it and be like, oh, I should have just stayed with Darren, you know, like, poor Dazza's at home, I've tried it with this girl and I don't like it. Or the possibility is you do go with this girl and you just like girls after, and you could be like, actually I prefer girls so much more. Like, I know so many people that were with boys their whole life and then had one experience with a girl and was like, I'll never go back now, or they just like fully prefer girls. So that's also a possibility. You just need to weigh it up in your head. But I mean, I am definitely an advocate for experiencing all the things that life has to experience. So I mean, I'm like the devil on your shoulder, I just say go for it. But and I'm just gonna finish off with quite another serious one, because I don't know a lot about these topics, but I like to try and discuss them as best as I can, because one, I think it helps normalize them when other people talk about it, and also I want to try and help in any way. Someone said that they've got a long-term sexual disease, so that could be herpes, it could be HIV, right? I really feel for people like this, because it's so hard. It's like, you need to disclose with a partner, but if you're just starting out with someone, it's so scary to have to disclose straight away, like, by the way, I have like a lifelong sexual disease. Like, that is scary, and that is hard and fucking brave to have to bring that up. But it's also so important. It's like, I know what they're saying, it's like you have to get to a point of dating where you really like someone and feel like they would respect you. I feel like if I can, I'll leave some people who talk about this from personal experience in the links below, because I know there's a lot more information about it that I can give. I don't want to give you the wrong facts, but I know that some of them can be completely undetectable and can't pass on if you use a condom and if you're on medication. I don't know if that's right, so don't quote me on that at all, but I'm going to leave some like sources for you to look into. There'll be people who are mature about it. Like a lot more people have these STDs than you think. Like people don't talk about it, but I know so many people that have come to me and said they've got these lifelong STDs, and I wasn't shocked, but I was like, oh okay, like these are just normal people that have this stuff. Like this isn't, it's very easy to get it, especially herpes. It lies dormant in a lot of people. Pretty much like you could have it your whole life and it never come out, but then you could have sex with someone and give it to someone, and people are like, oh it's so disgusting, it's so disgusting. And I'm like, is it? People get cold sores on the mouth and you don't say that's disgusting, but you know how easily that person could go down on someone and then give them it through that, but you see it as this vile thing. And then like, it's, I don't know, it's a lot of people live in this thing with these things. I know it's scary, but I almost feel like we need to sort of normalize it and not be like, I don't know, make people feel so ashamed. I don't think it's nice. Like, I personally think if I met someone and I really fancied him and he was open enough to respect me to tell me, I think I'd personally be okay with it. So I think that should maybe give you hope that other people will too. Like, so many people have it, so people are clearly in happy long-term relationships. But yeah, if I can give you any more info, people that can discuss this better, I will. But yeah, I think you're even ready for telling me about it on my stories as well. It was a successful sex chat. I hope you've all enjoyed it. I hope I haven't given any really shitty advice. I mean, I don't know who gave me the right to give advice on this stuff, but I like chatting it. Take everything I say really light-hearted. I just want to say thank you so much to Vush for sponsoring me in this video. Let me know if you guys try it, or just check out their website. They have so many other options, and if you do get anything, don't forget to use my code Sadie. Everything will be in the description box. And yeah, hope you have a good week and have good sex this week. Bye.